Coverfly has closed its doors and all of the screenwriters are in an uproar. Shall we talk about it? Shannan Johnson, CEO of The Professional Pen, where we develop screenwriters from I did a pitch. Need help with your screenplay? Go to www.theprofessionalpen.com. So, Coverfly, closed. WeScreenplay, closed. ScreenCraft, closed. The Script Lab, closed. And I know you're all thinking, oh my gosh, what does this mean for screenwriters? First of all, let's talk about what happened. Cast and crew decided to acquire Backstage, which owned all of those screenwriting companies that I just said. And they've decided to not have any redundancy and push everything into Film Freeway and Final Draft. So if you're looking for blogs, you can go to the Final Draft. If you're looking for competitions, you can go to Film Freeway, which is where you found most of your competitions in the first place. Okay, so let's talk about why everyone feels like they're in an uproar over it. And there are two reasons. One, people look at a lot of those companies as the authority on screenwriting. That's where they get their confirmation, affirmation, validation of being a good screenwriter by participating in their competitions. They also look at, let's say, Coverfly in particular for access, because it would have a lot of opportunities to meet with producers and small groups that might have opportunities for mentorship, etc., etc. I know a few people who got their start on Coverfly. What I want everyone to realize, and hopefully it helps them to calm down a little bit, is there's no one way to get into Hollywood. No one way, no one way, no one way. Those opportunities were one of those ways, right? But in this day and age, and I feel both ways about it. One, because I used to speak at ScreenCraft events, so I'm feeling that right here, RIP. But also there are so many competitions out there that the industry has kind of become flooded, and winning them doesn't mean what it used to mean. If you think about the number of competitions that ScreenCraft or WeScreenplay had per year, because it seems like, let's just say there were 5 different competitions, and there were more than 5, right? Because they would have TV, they'd have features, then they have horror and this genre and that genre, right? So let's say there were 5. Every quarter, you now become one of hundreds, maybe thousands of people who have won this screenwriting competition. And so it doesn't set you apart as much as if this thing only happened once a year, they only took on X amount of people, and you become one of 50. You know what I mean? So when you are now reaching out to managers and agents and saying, hey, I won this competition, that manager and agent is going, who hasn't? You and everybody else has won this competition. Now, I'm not saying that to say don't apply to competitions, but you guys, if you've been here long enough, you've heard me say, if you're looking for validation, apply. Because if they pat you on the back, send you a laurel, and say you did a good job, then that makes you feel good. And we all need to feel good. But if you're looking for access, that competition is no more access than you getting out here and putting your boots on the ground and getting it done. It's just another opportunity. It's just another avenue. So I say that to say it will be missed, right? It will be missed because we as a generation, right, over the last at least 10 years have looked at these entities as a possibility for us. We've looked at them as, if I can make that list, if I can win that competition, if I can get into that program, it's going to make a difference. And for some people, it has made a difference. And for some people, it hasn't made not one difference. Nobody has given a crap. Okay? So you're not necessarily missing out on something just because these entities don't exist anymore. But if you're still looking for validation, all of the big competitions are still out there. Nichols, Sundance, etc., etc. If you're looking for fellowships, all of the fellowships still exist at the studios. Nickelodeon, ABC, NBC, CBS, everybody still has writing programs. Now, if you are looking for coverage, you guys already know how I feel about that. Coverage is not for writers. Coverage is not for writers. Coverage is not for writers. And in my opinion, a lot of these big companies have taken advantage of the fact that writers don't know that, because writers think, oh, I'm getting an inside view of how executives feel about my work. Well, unless it's an executive who's actually reading your work, who can actually look at it from the point of view of their brand and their mandate, then the coverage is not even coverage in the first place. because coverage is not based on good script, bad script. Coverage is based on, is this script good for us, for our audience? That's why coverage is meant for executives, for producers. It is something that readers, assistants, and coordinators do so that executives or producers or whoever is in that buying position can decide if they want to bother to read the script, because that assistant, that reader, that intern, whoever it is, has already said it checks all the boxes for the kinds of stuff that we make here, very specific to that brand. Not just general, oh, I read your script, I liked it, I didn't like it. Who cares? Who cares if you liked it or didn't like it? Would HBO buy it? And you can't tell me that, random entity. So stop seeking coverage in the first place. Again, if you're looking for validation, send it out. If they send it back to you and give you a thumbs up, great, you got your validation. If you're looking for development, I've been telling you guys this for years and I'm gonna keep saying it. You need to be looking for development notes. Now, not a lot of places do development notes. Some places that do development notes call it coverage because that's the word that writers use, because that's the word that the big companies have told them that they need. You're looking for someone or some place that can read your script and give you page by page, line by line notes that are actionable, objective, and can help you solve the issues in your script based on the script you're trying to execute. Not tell you who's going to buy something. If they don't work there, they can't tell you who's going to buy it. If they're not an agent who's dealing with these people on a daily basis, they can't tell you who's going to buy it. If they are not a manager who's working with these people on a daily basis, they can't tell you who's going to buy it. These are random readers in some random company who are just looking at your script and telling you what you want to hear. You can't tell me what's marketable today because it might be marketable tomorrow to the place that I'm trying to pitch to. And that's why you want to work with a script consultant. That's why the professional pen exists. So at the beginning of all of these videos, I start by saying the professional pen, where we develop screenwriters from idea to pitch. We're here as your teachers, as your coaches, as your consultants to help you develop not just the screenplay you're writing on, but as a screenwriter. We're here to help you so that you can make a sustainable career. So if you are out there and you're like, look, I've written some things, I don't really know what I'm doing, but I want to do this for a living. If you're out there and like, look, I've gotten coverage from all of these places and they've given me notes, but I don't even know what to do with these notes. These notes feel very subjective. These notes don't feel like they're for me. They feel like they might be AI generated. If you're out there and you're like, I'm hearing a whole lot of stuff from a whole lot of people, and I just need to find a place that I can trust who will help me with my work, that's what we do at the Professional Pen. Those are the kind of writers that we want to work with. Those people who are like, hey, I'm writing. I'm trying to figure out this thing. Can you help me figure it out? Yes. That's what we do. So RIP to Coverfly. RIP to WeScreenplay, RIP to ScreenCraft, RIP to the Script Lab. Let's take a moment. If you're looking to develop your screenplay, www.theprofessionalpen.com. Happy writing. And that's it. Want more content? Like, subscribe, and for notifications. Get notes on your script that get you unstuck at www.theprofessionalpen.com. I'm out.